record. And I know that this is going to be an awkward video intro, but I am doing this channel update a little bit differently just due to the fact that you'll see why later in the video. But as you can probably tell, the video quality is technically a little bit better. The only problem is it's on a phone as opposed to an actual camera. I just don't have money for a camera at the moment, so eventually I'd like to upgrade. But anyways, channel update. So the reason why there wasn't any videos this weekend, and I actually need to get to recording some videos, and I'll do that tomorrow, is due to the fact that John was baptized. So, you know, that kind of takes precedence. Go stay here. That kind of takes precedence. I had, so yeah, John was fully received into the Catholic faith yesterday, and now he's going to, there we go. I know you'll stay. And now he is going to obviously continue to grow in his path and love of God. Sorry, this cat isn't a bad cat, and but she's being silly. So he's going to start growing in his path with God. Eventually, obviously, I'm hoping he takes it as seriously as I do now, because I'm trying to take it more seriously. I didn't for the first couple of years, and I'm hoping to be a better example. But that's not the point. The channel update. The channel's still going along fine. We actually, as you might now notice, I actually have a channel avatar, and that is not thanks to me. That is thanks to, I'm probably going to slaughter this name, Kate's Game, if I remember correctly. If I did get it wrong, I will obviously happen to be linking that in the description below, so I apologize. She has been a huge help, honestly, and is also working on a channel banner for me, and I very much so appreciate that. She is doing that out of the kindness of her heart, and I happen to very much so appreciate that. So, anyways, back to what I was talking about. Yeah, okay, go ahead. You're hissing. Anyways, as I was saying, something that I've forgotten the words to now. Oh yes, had family over, so that would be the main reason why. Didn't really have time to record this weekend or upload as such. Had my cousins come in from Connecticut to be his godparents, so that is the reason for that. And today is Valentine's Day, very barely still now. Don't know why I looked at my wrist, I don't have a watch, but yeah, so as such, we're going to end the video with talking about the actual reason why it's named after St. Valentine. So we're actually going to be talking about that. However, this is about to be awkward because I'm about to stand up and come closer to the camera for a minute, and then eventually later on I'm going to move the camera away again. But I kind of want to do a channel or a video, or what is it called? Room, like show off, not show off I guess, but kind of show where everything happens to take place, because as anybody that's been with the channel for a while kind of has noticed that it's a little different now than it used to be. Now in the basement as opposed to when I was upstairs. It still needs a little bit of cleaning, but I have my computer off to the side here. I actually need to update that picture to, I've been trying to find some good Christian, or well, Christian too, but Catholic art, so that way I can have a rotating background. I just haven't done that yet, but yeah, I was gonna say, this is where all the magic happens to take place for the recording. So I got a couple things down there, got a bunch of games, and I'm kind of glad I'm not collecting nearly as much as I used to. I was getting way too materialistic, as you might be able to tell, but I have toned it down a lot. I don't think that I've happened to really collect nearly as much as I used to. This is just a desk, or not desk, but, you know, thing, whatever you want to call it, over here. I have some video game posters that I had when I was originally down here before I moved upstairs, and then I moved back down here. But what I'm most happy about, and a little sad about, is obviously that I still obviously happen to have my book collection down here, and that's slowly expanding. I just need to get some money in order to be able to do that. But the main thing with that is, well, two things. If this wasn't a sewer pipe right here, because it is, it's still a little bit closer for comfort, but even if the sewer pipe happens to break, it shouldn't destroy the books, or obviously my statue of Jesus. I know that there's an actual technical term for that, but I can't remember. Then I have a few of my rosaries. I actually need to get some more of my rosaries, and then not to compliment, but I'd like to eventually get some Catholic art down here, and I just don't know how to go about doing that, so I'm kind of having to figure that out. I do want to show this off real quickly, though, because this was my Grandpa, as I call him Pa, is one of his favorite prayers, so just focus on that for a second, because he was a good man. He was also a Knight of Columbus, so, you know. Then I was going to say, we can show off a little bit more of the basement here as soon as this refocuses, because there we go. There's a sword that doesn't do anything that I got from a while ago. Here's both the cats, again. You're being lazy? Yeah. Then I got the comics that I need to put away in the comic boxes. Got all this game stuff over here. Couple posters, couple collectibles. As I said, used to be way too materialistic. Have cut back significantly in the last year and a half. I was getting probably 2 to 3 games a month. Now it's maybe 1 game every 3 months. I don't really need to get a game unless I absolutely 100% actually need it, and I've realized that. I've been rather focusing on charities. Oh, I miss my cousins. Messed with this a little bit on a while. Yeah, that's alright. They had fun. That's what matters. And I am very glad that I got to see them, because obviously since they're in Connecticut, I don't get to see them that often. But yeah, I've just been focusing more on charity work as well as reading and trying to focus more on my family. But at the same time, you know, kind of got to do both. Got to record for the channel, which I'm more than glad to do, because then I get to meet wonderful people like Kate's Game. And then there's one other who has a Fox avatar, and whose name I am blanking on, and I'm sorry about that, dude. I am awful with names, honestly. I know that you also watch That Catholic Gamer dude, so I'll give a shout out to him, I suppose, as well at the same time. As I said, I apologize, I am awful with names sometimes, and that's, yeah, this is about it. Just got a small thing. I need to honestly get the rest of this basement taken care of. There's some wall scrolls in there. Probably not going to put most of those back out, just because while I like anime, a lot of it isn't, I suppose, super appropriate. Then again, I suppose a lot of video games isn't exactly super appropriate either. We might get into that. That is something I have been possibly thinking about, honestly. Getting into grabbing people that help me with the Catholic commentary group, and oh, that's my amiibo collection. From the Catholic commentary group, and just talking about a series, because there's one game in particular that I happen to quite enjoy, as well as there's somebody else over there that might need a talking point about sooner rather than later. So I've been thinking about just getting some games and talking about that from a Catholic perspective, and why, yeah, it can be a little bit awkward because of scruples as well as other things, and then, but the thing is, it's only a game, as long as you don't go around, you know, obviously worshiping it, because the only thing that you're supposed to worship is God, even though other Christians misconstrue what we do with the saints as worship. It's not worship, we're just asking them to pray for us. I can guarantee you that. But that might be a discussion for another time. I did want to say, I'm probably going to be bringing back the Gospel and Homily discussions, actually, on Sundays. Or at least we're bringing back the readings for the day, for Sunday Mass, and possibly try to dissect it myself, because my priests do really give good homilies. I'm awful at remembering stuff. So I was going to say, I know that the homily last Sunday was really good. It was about how we need to do, and this is one that's brought up frequently, we need to do more than just say we're going to follow Jesus. We need to follow Jesus. We need to be in his footsteps, and that can be hard sometimes. I don't deny that, but I know that my camera doesn't have much in the way of storage, so let me go ahead and read this chapter real quick, because, oh, I did want to bring up one other thing, I suppose. The main reason why I'm doing this, I don't dislike Valentine's Day. I dislike the fact that it's gotten so materialized, and the fact that we don't focus on that we should love our wife or husband of the opposite sex, you know, every day, not just make it about one day. So, plus St. Valentine is a pretty interesting person, so. St. Valentine died AD 270, his feast day is February 14th, today. Legend says that Valentine, a priest imprisoned and then beheaded for his faith, befriended his jailer's daughter. As he headed off to death, he left her a farewell note signed from your Valentine. The modern practice of sending Valentine's Day cards tribute to a great lover of God. That does make it a little different, though, when you know that perspective. Valentine is a saint about whom so much confusion exists that some have concluded he could not have existed at all. That is far from the case. There is a Roman priest named Valentine who was beaten and beheaded during the reign of Emperor Claudius II, about the year 270. He was buried on the Flaminian Way outside Rome. By 350, a basilica had been built over his grave. About 820, Pope St. Paschal I transferred the martyr's relics to a chapel he built in the Church of St. Praxedes as a shrine to St. Valentine and another martyr, St. Zeno. The source of the confusion is that the old martyrologies, or list of saints, named yet a second St. Valentine on February 14th. This Valentine is said to have been a bishop who was beheaded at Terni, 60 miles from Rome, during the reign of the Emperor Claudius II. It's certainly possible that there were two Valentines, but it is more probable that they are both the same man, with two cities claiming the honor of being the location of the martyrdom and in possession of the relics. The basilica in Terni still claims to have the bones of St. Valentine. Legend has it that while he was a prisoner, Valentine became friends with his jailer's daughter, who was impressed by his faithfulness and Christian charity. On the day of his death, the soon-to-be martyr wrote a farewell note to his friend, signing it, "From your Valentine." Today, tens of millions of people exchange Valentines with friends and loved ones on February 14th. The specifically romantic element of St. Valentine's Day stems most likely an ancient pagan holiday. February 15th was celebrated in Imperial Rome as the Feast of Lupercal, in honor of the god of fertility. On the eve of Lupercalia, young men would draw lots bearing the names of different girls. The two would then be sweethearts for the whole year. The belief that lovers were destined to be paired in mid-February extended even to the animal kingdom. In the late 14th century, the poet Geoffrey Chaucer wrote in the Parliament of Fowls that on Valentine's Day every fowl comes to choose his mate. Since Valentine's feast was celebrated on the eve of Lupercalia, pastors often looked to the saint to ensure that any romantic adventures embarked upon by the faithful were rooted in and informed by authentic Christian love. Today, St. Valentine is still petitioned for the grace of a pure and noble love, both by those who are already betrothed or married and by those who are still looking for a mate. So it makes sense, because obviously a lot of pagan traditions not exactly good. So, like we've done with many things, taking it, adapting it, making them better. So, not obviously the first time we've done that, not obviously the last time either, and probably, I mean, you never know, might continue to happen this day. I think that should mostly clear it up for the channel update, though. I'll post one cute little comic about St. Valentine, though, as well, so, in the description, of course, but just wanted to say thank you guys for watching. Thanks, Kate's. I'm so sorry, I'll make sure to link you in the description. I have an awful memory. And thank you to anybody that views. Oh, there's one other thing I suppose that I should mention that I'm spacing. Sorry, I've been thinking about starting a Patreon, but haven't really been wanting to go through with it. I kind of want to do it, that way I could start upgrading stuff down here, getting better, upgrading my computer when it needs it, as well as upgrading various other things. I will be honest though, some of that would go towards charity because I'm honestly doing alright, and I'd feel awful if I didn't donate at least a little bit towards charity, so I wasn't sure what people would be thinking about that, because I guess I kind of just wanted to make that as a discussion as well, so yeah, just leave comments down in the comment section below if should I make a Patreon so as to help with the channel, should I just wait till we get more subscribers and then possibly ask again or whatnot. Either way, that'll do it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you all have a great day, and God bless. I am going to come towards the camera though, and it's going to be a little bit awkward, so apologize. Once again, guys. Nope, not that way actually. I was going to say, once again, guys, thanks for watching, and God bless. Appreciate it.